Welcome to Chapter 3 of Digital Communication, Error Control Systems. Module 4 includes linear block code, error detection, correction, decoding, and block diagram of linear block code decoder. First topic is error detection. Block code error detection is also known as syndrome test. The reason is based on the syndrome, the receiver is able to determine error existing or not existing. I'll explain how to calculate syndrome. Syndrome matrix S is equal to 0. The received code is a valid code, that is, there is no error. If the syndrome matrix is not equal to 0, that is an indication error existing in the received code, that is, code is invalid. So the function of the receiver is to verify first the received code is valid or invalid. This result can be obtained after calculating the syndrome. So now we'll study how to calculate syndrome. Syndrome matrix S is equal to received code into H transpose. R is the received code. The dimension is 1 cross N. And H transpose. H transpose is a transpose of parity check matrix. And parity check matrix can be obtained from given generator matrix. Parity check matrix H is equal to P transpose I if the given G is IP format, or if the given G is a PI format, then parity check matrix will be I P transpose. So after determining H transpose can be calculated. So multiply R into H transpose. R is 1 cross N and H transpose will be N cross N minus K. So the product will be 1 cross N minus K. So after multiplication, we will get N minus K bits. If that N minus K bits are complete zeros, the received code is a valid code. If it is not zero, the received code is an invalid code. So if it is an invalid code, correction is needed. So using this syndrome generation, the receiver is able to determine the received code is valid or invalid. This test is known as syndrome test, and this is an error detection method for linear block code. H transpose can be directly written from generator matrix. H transpose is equal to PI if G is IP, or H transpose will be IP if G is equal to PI. So not necessary to generate H for writing H transpose. H transpose can be directly written from generator matrix. So there are two formats for generator matrix. It may be IP or it may be PI. From this IP or PI, the corresponding H transpose can be determined. So I'm writing the proof of syndrome test. Any received code word can be represented in terms of transmitted code word C and an error pattern E. I'm showing an example. It will be clear how the received code can be represented in terms of transmitted code and an error pattern. C is equal to 111. So I'm showing a 3,1 code. C is equal to 111. The received code is 111. Meaning of that one is there is no error. So this received code is represented like this. Transmitted code is 111 XOR 000. When I'm writing 000, there is no error. So the transmitted code and received codes are same. Another option I'm writing here. The received code is 011. So we can see there is an error. The first bit is error bit. This received code can be represented like this. Transmitted code 111 XOR 100. Here in the error pattern, first bit is 1. So that is an indication first bit is error bit. One more example I am showing here. The received code is 001. There are 2-bit errors. This also can be represented using transmitted code 111 and an error pattern 110. If the received code is 000, the representation will be like this: 000 plus 111. So how many ones existing in that error pattern? That many errors are there in the received code. If it is 000, transmitted code and received codes are same. If it is 100, there is a one error and the position of that error is first bit. If the error pattern is 110, first bit and second bit are error bits. If the error pattern is 111, first bit, second bit and third bits are error bits. So like this, any received code R can be represented in terms of C and an error pattern. Number of C bits are N, number of E bits are N, and number of R bits are also N. According to the definition of syndrome, S is equal to R into H transpose. That's the definition of syndrome. And now we got the answer. R can be represented in terms of C and E. So I am replacing R with the C plus E into H transpose. After opening the bracket, it will be C into H transpose plus E into H transpose. So S is equal to CH transpose plus EH transpose. But we have studied C is equal to D dP. That is, the first part is D bits and second part is the product of D and P. So that is why D dP. And H transpose is Pi. That we got here, H transpose is Pi. So I am replacing here C and H transpose with the DDP and Pi. After multiplication, D multiplied with the P, that is DP, XOR DP multiplied with the I, that is again DP. So DP XOR DP, the first part will be 0. Second part is E into H transpose. So I can write S is equal to E into H transpose. Syndrome matrix S is equal to E into H transpose, where E is the error pattern. H transpose we can determine from generator matrix. So we got a new result. S is equal to E into H transpose. And from this result we are able to write if there is no error. If there is no error, E will be 0 and S will be 0. That is exactly our syndrome test. If syndrome is equal to 0, we are saying there is no error. So the proof is here, because syndrome S is equal to E into S transpose. If there is no error, 0 into S transpose, it will be 0. This result again shows that syndrome depends on the position of error. So depends upon the position of error, E pattern will change, and according to this error pattern, we will get a syndrome, because H transpose is not going to change, depends upon the received code. That is always depends on the generator matrix. So depends upon the position of error, E pattern will change, error pattern will change. According to error pattern, we will get a syndrome. So syndrome depends on the position of error, not on the transmitted code C. Second topic is syndrome table, that is also known as decoding table. This table is used for a correction purpose. This table consists of list of error pattern our decoder is able to correct and the corresponding syndromes. This table can be completed with the help of this formula S is equal to E into S transpose. So here we will write the list of error patterns the receiver is able to correct. Against each error pattern, the corresponding syndrome can be determined using this formula E into S transpose. We will get S. So that S we will write here. Total number of error patterns N, K block code can correct is equal to NC0 plus NC1 plus etc. plus NCT. This is a part of Hamming bound condition. NC0, there is no error. NC1 is actually 1-bit error. NC2, 2-bit error, etc. NC3 actually T-bit error combination. So meaning of this NC0 is number of combinations without any error. There is only one error pattern. NC1, number of combinations we can make with 1-1, that means it's a 1-bit error. NC2, number of combinations we can make with the 2 1s. That is how many combinations, how many error patterns are available with the 2-bit errors, etc. How many error patterns with a T-bit error, because correction capability is equal to T. Up to T-bit error, our decoder is able to correct. So this is the total number of error patterns we are going to write here. And against each error pattern, the corresponding syndrome is going to be calculated using the formula S is equal to E into H transpose. So it will be clear when we are doing examples later how to get this syndrome table. Syndrome table is used for error correction. Next topic is decoding steps and decoder block diagram. Step number 1, find syndrome from received code. For that, we are using the formula S is equal to R into H transpose. R is a received code. H transpose we are able to make from generator matrix. Multiply these two, we'll get syndrome. Number of syndrome bits are n minus k. Step number 2. If S is equal to 0, go to step number 4. Meaning of step number 4 is select k data bits from C. Because S is equal to 0 indicates that there is no error. If there is no error, correction is not needed. So directly the parity bits can be removed, select only the data bits. But if S is not equal to 0, then select error pattern from syndrome table. So whatever be the syndrome we are getting here, non-zero syndrome getting here, that syndrome will be here. Against that syndrome, there is an equivalent error pattern. That error pattern is going to XOR with the received code for getting the corrected code. The reason is R is equal to C plus C. So we are able to write C is equal to R plus E. So that relation is going to be used. From the received code and error pattern, corrected code can be obtained. So step number 3, corrected code C is equal to R plus E. R is the received code. E is the error pattern. Error pattern we are going to get from syndrome table according to the calculated syndrome from step number 1. So that step number 1, we will get a syndrome. That syndrome will be available in the syndrome table. Against that syndrome, there is an equivalent error pattern. That error pattern and received code is going to XOR. The result will be the corrected code. Step number 4, select k data bits from C. So total number of bits are n, but finally we need only k bits. That k bits are data bits, n minus k bits are parity bits. Just remove parity bits, select only data bits. That is the function of finally the decoder. So depends upon the generator matrix, we are able to say where is data bits and where is parity bits. If G is IP, leftmost k bits are data bits. If G is equal to PI, rightmost k bits are data bits. That is advantage of systematic code. There is a fixed position for data bits. So very easily data bits can be selected from corrected code C. This is a block diagram of decoder. This decoder is also known as Megit decoder. All the previous steps are included here in this block diagram. Step number 1, from the received code, calculation of syndrome. That is written here, syndrome calculator. S is equal to R into H transpose. So we'll get S. From S, the equivalent error pattern is going to be written here. That we are able to get based on that syndrome table. From S, equivalent error pattern. Next for correction, error pattern is going to XOR with the received code. So during this processing time, the received bits are going to store here. That is a function of this buffer. So received code XOR with the error pattern. The output will be the corrected code. From this corrected code, select only k data bits, and that is a function of data selector. Finally, only k data bits will come at the output side. One example I am showing here. D is 1. Transmitted code is 111. The channel output or receiver input is 011. So there is an error. And for this received code, the equivalent error pattern is 100. This error pattern is going to XOR with the received code 100 XOR 011. The answer will be 111. This will be the corrected code. And from this corrected code, select the data bits. So if it was an IP format, the leftmost 1 bit is data bit, or if it is a PI format, rightmost 1 bit is data bit. Because this is actually 3,1. So only one data bit. So the data bit is written here. Data, encoder output, decoder input. From decoder input, error pattern is generated. This error pattern is going to XOR with the received code. That is a corrected code. That is here C. And from C, finally, data will be the output. Thank you.